Okay, Capcom, give me a green light and we'll go for LOI.
Roger.
Welcome aboard, friends. This is Captain Collins. TWA has taken every precaution for your safety during this flight.
Tower to Captain, rocket ship Star of Polaris. You've been cleared for takeoff.
Roger, all set, Tower.
9, 8, 7, 6,
T-minus
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ignition.
All engine running. Lift off. We have a Very power. All clear.
We got a roll program.
No hand flap up.
Attention, please. That was the breakthrough. We just passed the sonic barrier. We are still in vertical flight, but soon our course will curve. We are rapidly leaving the Earth's atmosphere behind, and the upper screen shows our target, the Moon, surrounded by the eternal blackness of space. Our ship is now approaching the orbit of the manned space station, which will come into view any moment. As you know, this man-made moon constantly swings around the Earth more than 1,000 miles above the ground.
Just outside our field of vision is Halley's comet. I'll bring it into view by rotating the upper scanner. The tail of a comet becomes visible as it approaches the sun, and the closer it comes, the longer the tail appears. The tail of Halley's comet now measures 12 million miles, and it will probably grow longer. This is the 17th known appearance of this comet. The earliest recorded was in the year 240 BC, the last in 1910. The comet appears at approximately 76-year intervals. This comet is just a collection of frozen gases. Think of dry ice and you have the right idea.
Our target, the Moon, still appears off to the side. The superimposed chart shows you the planned point of interception. The speed of our ship and the Moon's own motion will bring us together in space at exactly the right time. Navigation through space requires a careful planning of position and speed of the ship at all times. Our ship is now just about halfway to the Moon. On the lower scanner, our Earth presents a beautiful sight. You can see it hanging in space like a huge bluish sphere illuminated by the sun. For the second half of our trip to the Moon, our ship must reduce its speed and prepare to circle around the Moon. It is accomplished by turning the ship over by gyro and then traveling tail first, using our rocket engines for brakes. Our sister ship is on her return trip from the Moon, and by using our electronic telescope, we can watch her perform this operation. Our ship will execute this same maneuver, bringing our goal, the Moon, into view on the lower scanner.
Flight control to Captain. Gyro control on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the middle screens now. We've arranged a live telecast from the surface of the Moon for you. Stand by. Go ahead, Moon. You're on.
Hello. Welcome to the Moon. We're up near the rim of a good-sized crater on a geological survey.
I've been taking pictures of the area.
Let me give one more whack, because the whole thing is...
And these men are collecting rock samples and recording a description of each one.
Too tight. Let me get that other piece. Okay, bag 476.
As you can see, it isn't easy to work in these spacesuits, but we couldn't survive without them out here.
Tip off the rock.
For example, this faceplate is all there is between me and an absolute vacuum. If it suddenly popped out, my blood would literally boil. We carry our air in these backpacks, and our suits are temperature controlled. In fact, they're the latest thing in moon fashions. But enough of that. Now let's look at the moon. Out on the plain there, you can see one of our moon bases. Most of the living quarters and laboratories have to be underground for protection from radiation and meteorites. Of course, the moon does have its advantages too. For instance, it's a perfect observatory because there's no air. Also, gravity is only 1/6 that of Earth. And that has some very interesting effects. I know my kids back home would sure get a kick out of that. This is our traveling laboratory, sort of a supermobile home we live in when we're away from the base. Inside, we have enough air and supplies for about a week. It's a little cramped, but after walking around in a spacesuit for a couple of hours, it feels like a mansion. Drop in for a visit sometime. So long.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moon now appears on the lower screen. It will remain there during our passage near the surface.
Flight 92, this is Copernicus Control. Radar contact. Your altitude at closest approach will be 045 miles. Velocity 6,020 miles per hour. Control clear.
As you can see, the moon is riddled with thousands of craters of various sizes. Most were made by meteor impacts, but there are some caused by volcanic activity. Right now, you can see a telescopic shot of the moon base we were in communication with. They're sending us a bon voyage by laser beam. In just a minute now, we'll pass into the lunar night, and flares will be launched so that you can see some of the surface. Whether it's night or day, this side of the moon is always turned away from Earth. For centuries, it was a mystery. But as you can see now, it's about like the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now leaving the dark side of the moon and moving into the sunlight again.
Although the nose of our ship is now pointing precisely at the east coast of America, during the trip back, the Earth will, of course, continue to turn, bringing California, our destination, into the proper position for our arrival, as indicated by the superimposed crosshairs.
Right now, we're in a good position to look at the sun. It's always a dramatic sight from space. We'll use the middle screens, since this requires special filters and telescopic lenses. Those huge dark areas are sunspots. Actually, they're cool patches on the sun, a mere 7,000 degrees. The giant eruptions of incandescent gases you see bursting from the sun's rim are probably over 1 million miles long. If the sun were to burn out suddenly, our Earth would freeze, and all life would come to an abrupt end. But don't worry, it's supposed to last another 2 or 3 billion years at least. By that time, stand by. Attention, please. We've just passed through a shower of meteoroids, sometimes called shooting stars. We took a few hits, but we'll make it home all right. Traffic control has given us a priority re-entry clearance.
Okay, all flight controllers, go, no, go for powered descent. Retro? Go. Fido? Go. Guidance? Go. Control? Go. Telcom? Go. GNC? Go. Ecom? Go. Surgeon? Go. Capcom, we're go for powered descent.
As you can see on the lower screen, we're almost back to Earth, And in a few seconds, we will increase power for terminal deceleration. Please remain in your seats until all rockets are shut down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed at Disneyland. We were very happy to have had you aboard. We hope you enjoyed your TWA rocket flight and that you will be flying with TWA again soon. This is your captain signing off.
You have just experienced a flight through space, the flight of the future. It will be the final fulfillment of man's oldest dream, his dream to fly like a bird.